Good morning. I'm kind of tired of the strangely smoky, murky skies, aren't you? But this too shall pass. Hey, I want to talk this morning a little bit about a section in First Corinthians. I've quoted First Corinthians a few times because obviously I've been reading through here. And this one has to do with our place in the world, our place in church. And so in First Corinthians 12, he's talking about different spiritual gifts and how we all have different things that we're good at, different things that God has blessed us with. And we need to accept those things and not feel as though what we're good at or what we do isn't good enough or isn't what somebody else has. So I'm going to read to you out of 1 Corinthians 12. It says, I want you to think about how all this makes you more significant, not less. A body isn't just a single part blown up into something huge. It's all the different but similar parts arranged and functioning together. If foot said, I'm not elegant like hand embellished with rings, I guess I don't belong to this body, would that make it so? If ear said, I'm not beautiful like eye, limpid and expressive, I don't deserve a place on the head, would you want to remove it from the body? If the body was all eye, how could it hear? If all ear, how could it smell? As it is, we see that God has carefully placed each part of the body right where He wanted it. But I also want you to think about how this keeps your significance from getting blown up into self-importance. For no matter how significant you are, it is only because of what you are a part of. An enormous eye or a gigantic hand wouldn't be a body but a monster. What we have is one body with many parts, each in its proper size and in its proper place. No part is important on its own. Can you imagine eye telling hand, get lost, I don't need you? Or head telling foot, you're fired, your job has been phased out. Although I want to say, I want to fire my feet sometimes, they give me a lot of trouble. As a matter of fact, in practice, it works the other way. The lower the part, the more basic and therefore necessary. You can live without an eye, for instance, but not without a stomach. When it's part of your own body you're concerned with, it makes no difference whether the part is visible or clothed higher or lower. You give it dignity and honor just as it is, without comparisons. If anything, you have more concern for the lower parts than the higher. If you had to choose, wouldn't you prefer good digestion to full-bodied hair? So he goes on here to say, to remind us all that we all have special places within the body of Christ, special places within the church, and special places within the world, and that we need to do what we've been given to do. But that no matter what our jobs are, or our skills are, or our gifts are, whether they're exciting and out front or behind the scenes and supporting, that none of them matter. None of them matter without love. He goes on into 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter, to talk about how important it is that we do all that we do with love, not with a feeling of self-importance or a feeling of, I'm not good enough, but just with love. Let the love of Christ shine through you today and this week, and may you be blessed.